Yo guys, how's it going? So we have Kingdom Rush episode 8 today, and the first thing I wanted to show you guys is my upgrades, even though I accidentally already upgraded them without showing you guys. So what did I do? I actually reset them all and I retried a little bit, and I have Blazing Earth upgraded at least 4 times. I have this all the way upgraded. I went a little bit less on my arrows this time, and I decided to get a couple random ones up in here. I decided to get the toughness training and the artillery upgrade, just because I'm going to start getting some artillery upgrades pretty soon, because some of these lower ones are actually not bad at all, especially this 10% reduced upgrade one. That one's pretty important to use. So let's move on into the battle. This was Icewind Pass, just in case you missed it, and we have 2 new towers that we can use. We got the Big Bertha and the Barbarian Mead Hall, or Med Hall, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. And I'll show you guys what to do with the Bombard Tower. It's really not too hard to figure out. You guys will see what's up. I don't think it's a good tower to use at the very beginning though. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mask quite a few of these Archer Towers in here, and also a few Mage Towers in general. And 1 Barracks Tower. I think 1 Barracks Tower should be good enough for now. And the rest of the stuff is just going to be basically blank for now. And the first thing I'm going to do is upgrade both of these, at least 2 upgrades, and hopefully going to get some more Archer Towers soon here. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that this guy can attack, and I want to kill all these little baby spiders. Little baby spiders are extremely annoying. I don't like little baby spiders. Well, these are actually medium spiders, but I really hate the baby spiders. The baby spiders that the spider matriarch makes with its eggs. Super annoying, I hate them so much. And they just run right through your guys, and then you're not even killing the spider matriarch, and then they are able to send more little baby spiders at you. And in general, just killing these guys is tough to do. So I do end up killing them, but the little baby spiders are going to also be annoying here, and hopefully we'll be able to kill this big giant monster spider, monster mama spider over here, and otherwise they can be a little bit dangerous. So I'm going to keep upgrading these guys. Just get a couple level 2 towers before you start upgrading stuff too crazy. You don't want to get a bunch of level like 3 or 4 towers and just get overrun. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send out the trolls a little bit early, just getting some extra gold here. I know it's not much gold, but I feel like these first levels actually will not be too big of a deal because I have this Rain of Fire. The Rain of Fire will help me out quite a bit in killing the extra guys that actually start trying to run through. At least that's the plan. I'm really hoping for that. I'm not sure if it's going to happen because these guys are obviously pretty good versus archers, and I don't have very many of these other guys over here, so I'm actually going to use it now. I feel like we will kill most of those guys with that, and we'll be able to rock the rest of these guys. So I'm going to send those guys a little bit early, and now I have quite a few towers here that are actually pretty good. The next thing to do is actually upgrade my magic tower. I need at least 1 reasonable magic tower versus these mofos right up here. These brigands right here have medium physical armor, which are not good versus my archers are not good versus. The next thing coming out is gargoyles, so I have to wait on the gargoyles. Yeah, you gotta wait on the gargoyles, guys. The gargoyles are just gonna run through your defense if you have too much random crap up here. So I'm actually going to move my guys out of the way for now and let those shadow archers die and move these back, and hopefully we'll be able to kill these guys in time. So the next thing to do is send out the gargoyles. And the gargoyles gave me a few extra seconds here that I can use my Rain of Fire on if I need to. And I don't feel like I'm going to need to. These are a couple guys here, but I think they should die in time. But I'm actually going to use it right on these big guys right here. And those guys I needed to use the Rain of Fire on. And he was able to die pretty fast and be able to take the gargoyles out just in time. So now I got a ranger's hideout here, and the ranger's hideout is going to help out quite a bit. I'm hoping to get 1 more ranger's hideout pretty soon here. So now I sent out that wave a little bit early as well, and the spiders shouldn't be too big of a problem on this level. By now I have quite a few archers, but these boss troll guys, these troll champion guys, can be quite a bit of a problem. They're pretty much the exact same thing as the other trolls, but they're a little bit stronger, and they can throw axes at your guys. So the axes are the main problem with them, not really the extra health. The extra health isn't too big of a deal. At least that's the way I feel. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to actually send these out, and I'm probably going to use this on these spiders, because the spiders are freaking a-holes, and they somehow magically are running through my defense right now. I don't like it. So I'm just going to use it right now on these trolls right here, and looks like I'm going to take them out pretty easily. Those boss trolls were not too big of a deal. So I got Slayer, or whatever that is, I don't really know. But now we have officially 2 ranger hideouts, and that should help out quite a bit for those guys. The next thing to do is I'm going to start upgrading my magic towers. So both of these I'm actually going to upgrade, at least to one upgrade here, just because look at all these guys that are really, really good versus arrows. Quite a few of those guys, and that could be a big deal if you only have rangers hideouts. So next thing coming up is actually winter wolves and stuff. So winter wolves are the guys that you're going to have the most problems with, because guess what, guys? Winter wolves are extremely strong and fast. I don't like winter wolves at all. So I have to stall these guys quite a bit. I'm actually going to move these guys back to help stall just a little bit more, and hopefully we'll be able to kill some of these shadow archers in time and actually stall these guys long enough. So the next thing to do is I'm actually going to, as soon as I get my Rain of Fire, I'm going to use that, and then my winter wolves will come out, and I'll be able to kill these guys just in time. So boom, look at that. We rocked those guys, and actually just messed up there, guys. That's not what I meant to do. I actually meant to use my Rain of Fire and then send out the next wave, but I accidentally did it the opposite order, and that made me waste some of my time on my Rain of Fire. It's not like the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not a good thing. So I'm actually going to move these guys back a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to stall all these guys long enough where I can end up killing them. At least hopefully. All these guys look like they're getting through, so we might lose some lives here, guys. That's not a good thing, not a good thing at all. These winter wolves are just so freaking strong, they're hard to kill. So 2 winter wolves do get through, so we have to let no more guys get through the entire game. I feel like the winter wolves are the hardest thing to kill by far. So the next thing I'm going to do is, instead of getting a ton of magic, I'm actually going to start getting some reasonable Wrath of the Forest upgrades. As well, you got to be a little bit careful with these spiders in the bottom here, because even though I do have quite a few ranger towers, you can actually miss quite a bit, surprisingly, with these little spiders. I know you might not even assume that you can miss, but you can miss quite a bit. And especially when you got a bunch of little tiny spiders and a bunch of random other guys all just bunched up all in one spot. So we're going to try and keep those guys at bay, use this just a little bit, and hopefully we'll kill quite a few of these guys before those spider matriarchs get too much damage on anybody up in here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send out these 2 Yetis, so I sent those out pretty early as well. And now that I got the extra money here, I can start getting Wrath of the Forest. And I think once we get the Wrath of the Forest, we'll be pretty much set, guys. Those guys stall so much stuff, it's unbelievable and unbelievably awesome at that. I could get Wrath of the Forest right here and pretty much do the exact same thing, but I don't know why I pretty much prefer this one. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. But, whatever. I already started. So I'm actually going to wait on the gargoyles. I need to kill these Yetis as fast as possible. Those Yetis are going to tank the damage before the gargoyles. But I am actually going to send them out pretty fast here, because the Yetis are getting taken down reasonably easy. So I'm actually going to use this, send out the gargoyles, and we should be able to kill everything just in time. Hopefully. And the next thing to do is start upgrading these guys just a little bit, and those guys will help me keep these spiders at bay. The spiders are a huge problem if you get too many of them all at once, and these guys should be able to hopefully slow them down if we get like 6, 7, or 8 of them, just to stall them quite a bit. And I did get my Rain of Fire in time, so I can use the Rain of Fire on the spiders if I need to. And the next wave is coming up already as well, so I'm just going to send that out. Get quite a bit of money up in here. And now I officially have this Dark Mage Tower, which the Mage Tower is freaking awesome. It's called an Arcane Wizard. The Arcane Wizard is a really good upgrade, guys. Trust me, you probably want to get it. So all these little spiders should die in time, hopefully. Yeah, okay, there we go. Lots of little ones, though. And now we officially have a Rain of Fire as well. So my Mage Towers are going to be extremely important for these guys up here. There's quite a few of them. I do have a bunch of trolls coming up as well, and I will send them out early, but I'm not going to send them out too early. So I want to kill at least some of these guys, so I'm going to use my Rain of Fire, and then I am going to send out these guys as well. And we got a new enemy coming up. So this is a new enemy. This is the Troll Chieftain. The Chieftain can enrage his brethren, improving attack damage, armor rating, and speed and health. Holy bejesus, this guy can be pretty intense. So he doesn't have any axes or anything like that, but he can enrage the other trolls, which makes them better. So he pretty much makes all the trolls just a little bit better. So I am going to upgrade this Arcane Wizard up, and the next thing I'm going to do is just get a couple poisons up in him. So I feel like getting poison, if you're going to get poison, I feel like you should probably just get all your different towers upgraded to poison instead of getting really high upgrades on the poison. At least that's the way I feel. I don't know how you guys feel about the poison, but it seems like we're taking these guys out pretty fast, so I'm just going to send out the next wave as soon as possible and get some extra money in here. The next thing to do is get Holy Order, and the Holy Order is pretty much going to stall all the guys almost up to nothing. So I don't think any guys will get through here unless they're Winter Wolves or something like that. Now the thing about this strategy is you're basically planning for late game, you're not planning for early game or mid game too much, and the late game is obviously the point when you want to lose like no lives whatsoever. That's the time when you can lose. So I'm just sending all these waves out, and if you notice, my game is set up so I'm pretty much not going to lose any lives. These guys are not even going to get close to killing them. So the next thing to use is a Bombard Tower. So the Bombard Tower, I'm just going to keep upgrading this guy pretty much all the way. Even though it's like super expensive, guys, they'll be extremely good. So if you notice, this Wrath of the Forest is pretty much stalling these guys redonkulously, and we are able to kill all these trolls really easily. And just in case we aren't, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to use my Rain of Fire, and I will be able to get it back pretty much really fast here, because all I'm going to do is after that I'm just going to send these guys out early. And all these guys are dying pretty fast here, and I do have some extra money, so I'm just going to keep upgrading stuff, and now I have a Big Bertha. So the Big Bertha, holy bejesus guys, Big Bertha, not going to have any problems with that guy. So I'm actually going to come and attack these guys and send these guys out just a few seconds early. I will get my Rain of Fire in time if I need it. So now this Big Bertha actually does do quite a bit of damage versus these wolves and stuff. I have pretty much full faith in my towers to take out Winter Wolves by now, but earlier in the game, no, Winter Wolves are just too good. Even with these two Yetis coming out, no big deal, these Winter Wolves will take them out. Especially with these guys right here, they're perfect stallers. The Winter Wolves are not very strong, so they cannot kill my guys very easily, and we'll be able to take them out pretty fast, especially with these Wraths right here, Wrath of the Forest right here. These guys stall them, so I can just rape them. I'm just going to start sending out the gargoyles. I feel like even though there's Yetis out here, I am not worried at all. My defense is not perfect, but it's pretty darn awesome. And I can also get these things, which are cluster bombs and also dragon launchers. So dragon launchers are really good. Really good, guys. And now we get a bunch of Queen Spider Matriarchs here. Oh my goodness. So I will actually Rain of Fire them just because I really don't want to have to deal with all these guys. I'm going to Rain of Fire quite a few of them, and we killed pretty much all of them just so we didn't have to deal with them. And the Yeti will do absolutely no damage to us, and we'll be able to kill these gargoyles in time as well. So the next wave coming out is a bunch of troll champions and stuff. We're just going to send them out. And hopefully these spiders will not get through like usual. I will actually upgrade this archer tower as far as I possibly can and get one more of these guys up here. And this guy I'm actually going to upgrade to a musketeer garrison. So we're already on wave 17, and yeah, of course 17. Who cares about round 17? We'll just Rain of Fire these guys, kill quite a few of them, thin out the herd a little bit, and by the time level 18 comes around, we'll be able to get it back. So now, remember what I was telling you guys about Big Bertha and using the Bombard Towers only late game. See how good they are late game, but I really don't think that they're very good early game. Even if you get the 1, 2, and maybe even the 3rd upgrade, they're really not that effective. But once you get late game here and you start getting a couple of these, they're actually really good. So, especially if you get them all the way up 3 times on the left and 3 times on the right, dragon launchers and cluster bombs. So just in case you haven't seen, these right here, these dragon launchers actually shoot out random heat-seeking missiles. Heat-seeking missiles. Holy crap. So the next thing I'm actually going to get teleport. So I have 3 teleports on this one and 3 teleports on this one. And that's what teleports do is, you'll see it, but all it does is it sends guys back about 5-10 seconds. You guys have seen it before, but I really like it in a lot of levels here. So I'm actually going to use, just because these spiders are getting quite far, I'm going to use my Rain of Fire on them. I'm also going to get another Bombard Tower and start upgrading this all the way. That'll stop all those crazy spider bunches from getting through. Usually the spider bunches are a problem because I have a bunch of arrow shooters here, but in general they're kind of hard to hit with all the little arrows. So I will not be able to forward very much more, just because there's really not that much to kill. But as you can plainly see, we are rocking this game. Nothing is going to get through at all. There's just a bunch of little tiny baby spiders in here. And these Yadis, they're going to die really fast. And in fact, every time I'm just going to keep teleporting them back, and they'll just keep running through my defense and never get through. So now we got a big Bertha here, and that should rock all these little tiny spiders. And I feel like this guy, I probably should have got a few, maybe a round earlier or so, but it's not too big of a deal. Looks like we're taking care of these guys pretty easily. So, yeah, those guys are a little bit scary though if you don't use them correctly. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to launch another meteor shower on them. And the cluster bombs actually took care of them, but I'd just like to be safe. So that's pretty much the end of the round. If you notice, these guys are still getting teleported pretty much back super duper far, and they do end up dying. So I did lose 2 lives on this one versus those winter wolves, which are kind of scary. So you gotta be a little bit careful versus the wolves, and then if you do actually beat those guys, you should have no problem versus the rest of the map. And one other just heads up, you probably want to get that little bombard tower up just a little bit earlier, maybe instead of one of those, one more of those ranger towers instead of one of those guys. But that's all I got for today's episode, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, if you want to press like for me, that'd be awesome, but have a good one.